Here we go. All right, so call the meeting to order at 9:19 a.m. Get the flag up and there we are. All right, stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Get the agenda back. All right, so item number 2 is going to be the approval of the meeting minutes for 2/16/23 and 3/1. Unless anybody has amendments potentially on any of them, then we can approve them in one shot. Do we have,
David, I need to abstain from the February 23.
okay, let's separate them out. So why don't we do
Sorry.
an no, all good. So yeah, you're right about that. So let's vote. Let's get a kind of a motion for the approval of the February 16, 2024 minutes.
Sure. I'll make a motion to the February 16th, 2024 minutes.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Do we have any discussion on this item?
No.
I do not.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Got a motion on the, which one were you not? It's the 23rd, right?
23rd,
Yeah. So Jeff, do you want to make the motion? And I'll second on the 23rd.
Sure. So I'll make a motion to accept or approve the minutes from February 23rd, 2024.
Okay, I'll second that. And any discussion on those? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Right. Abstentions, or well, opposed, and then you've got the abstention. So, so that'll pass as a 2-0-1 with Rodney doing the abstention. So we'll get a motion for the next for the 3-1 minutes.
Sure. I'll make the motion to accept the minutes meeting as written for Friday, March 1st, 2024.
Okay, do a second.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda is going to be item number 3, project updates, phase 1. So we have the item A, security vestibules and roof. Do we have anything? I guess still, well, yeah, we have something. If we have anything specific to the vestibules and roof, otherwise we can lump the overall bid discussion on item, most likely on item just B for the overall project. So.
David, Mark Schweitzer with Colliers. Yes, we do have something specific on at least the security vestibules. We had the initial PCR for Osborne Hill. The state has decided to separate the 3 projects out into individual PCRs. So we had the first one for Osborne Hill on Wednesday. It was Wednesday. We have it went okay. We have scheduled another PCR follow-up meeting with them on Monday. So hopefully we get everything that we need to get to them on Monday, and then on Wednesday of next week we have another PCR for hopefully both of the other 2 projects.
Got it. Anything else specific on this item other than that? not unexpected. Okay, let's go to item B, AC projects, and I have a broader bit discussion on that item.
Mark, do you want me to jump in on this one?
Yep.
Okay,
Please.
so good morning, everybody. So as you are all aware, we had moved based on the last meeting, we had moved all the bids due date, which was this past Monday. So we did receive bids on all packages this past Monday, and which is a total of 9 packages that we bid out, from demo all the way through site work. And based on the bid opening, we're trending under budget for the project. We have conducted scope reviews with several of the packages, and we actually have, I believe, 3 scope reviews today and one last one on Monday. So everything is going well. We did, however, 2 packages, the 2 low bidders, that is, one of them happened to be the fire protection, the low bidder Enterprise Fire Protection. He did send us a letter of withdrawal. The other day we did scope him out. We thought the scope went reasonably okay. He was a little bit kind of the spread between him and the second low, which was Blackwater, the contractor that we work with quite often, Blackwater, that is. There was a significant spread between both of them. So that we scoped okay, but he was still unsure about his bid. But apparently he went back, did some homework, and realized that he's not super comfortable with his number. So he sent us a withdrawal letter. So that's one bidder that's low, we lost. So we are scoping Blackwater today. I believe today, or maybe Monday. I don't have the dates in front of me. My apologies. So that's one that we are scoping, the second low bidder. The other one is the electrical package. We did scope out the low bidder, which was Camson Electric. Again, scoped reasonably okay, but they had to go back and check on a couple of things internally in their bid, and they realized that for the fire alarm, they didn't feel comfortable. They've included the appropriate cost. And also staffing, they looked into their staffing and their ability to staff this project. So for those reasons, they notified us and they said that they would they will be sending us a formal withdrawal letter based on that. So we are scoping the second low bidder today, which is Ferguson Electric. Ferguson happened to be also the low bidder on the mechanical combo plumbing package. So we're going to scope obviously the electrical and the HVAC package later on today with the team. But again, overall, happy to report that we're trending ahead. We're in the process of obviously validating all those. And unfortunately, the byproducts of public bidding that you'd like to celebrate early, but all of a sudden you end up losing low bidder. But even with those 2 dropping out, we're still trending ahead of the budget. So that's so unless I'll take any questions, this is kind of high level where we are with the bidding on the project.
Yeah, Ferguson seems to be really low on the plumbing contract by almost $3 million.
Right, Rodney.
I'm sorry, more than so no, almost $5 million.
Yeah, Rodney. So I can probably shed some light on that. I'll try to do the best I can. I know we've had 2 bidders. Obviously, the project type itself and the packages attract certain type bidders, and we've obviously put out a much wider net reach to other contractors. P&D tends to bid really high, obviously being they're union contractors, so I had a bid on Norwalk High School and a couple other projects. They have a tendency of bidding very, very high. Ferguson is very aggressive. They did Holland Hill, Mill Hill, so they are very much familiar with Fairfield and familiar with working with us. We've done a lot of work with Ferguson. We are going to scope them out today to see if there's anything they may have missed, but we'll report to you based on that. Like I said, I'm reasonably comfortable with Ferguson because we've worked with them on several projects. I think Sal has worked with them as well. So they're definitely a known entity to Fairfield as well as to us. we will scope them out and we'll report back to you.
Yeah, great. It's just that, $5 million.
I fully understand the concern, and
Pretty
we
high.
share a similar concern as to what and why, but I have an inclination, like I said, based on past history with P&D, they do tend to bid high quite often.
All right. As long as we're on top of it. That's fine.
As it compares to the budget, those packages obviously all trended under budget, package for package, if you will. The mechanical plumbing package was actually the only one that we had a bid over our estimate. And it is bidding a little bit on the high side on the cost per square foot. It's just because of the nature of the work. Sometimes with renovations, second shift, you can estimate and budget the best you can, but sometimes obviously the bidders they have some risk. So there's the risk factor that tends to kind of cloud up the cost per square foot a little bit. So definitely it's something that we need to look at much closer. We'll talk to them obviously today and understand it a little bit better, but overall bottom line, we are well ahead or under budget, I should say.
I would also take a look at
I'm
they seem to be-
not sure if I could hear you well, Rodney. Sorry.
I'm sorry, young developers on the roofing,
Yes.
they seem to be a bit low.
Yes, roofing has been an interesting package. Again, like just referencing Norwalk High School is another project. For some strange reason, roofing took quite a bit of a dip, and Young tends to be aggressive on packages. We just scope them out. We've had some challenges with Young on the prior projects. Mill Hill was one of them, obviously Holland Hill as well. And so they've done those two projects. And Sal, feel free to jump in at any time. They're not my favorite subcontractor, and we've had some stern conversations with them during the scope review to make sure that they deliver the project and deliver the manpower, and they made the promise and the commitment. We will monitor them very carefully. Greenwood is right behind them, I believe, is the second low.
Yes,
They are also, again, correct me if I'm wrong, Sal, they kind of fall, I would put them in the same category as young developers, if you will. Being
Yes, they're the same. They're on the same strata.
Yeah. So the challenging part is disqualifying a bidder can be a little bit of a challenge. And so again, fortunately, North Stratfield and is a complete roofing replacement. This is the one that's where manpower is going to be key, that we're going to have to make sure that they stay on task and make sure that they man up and provide the support. The other two projects being Woods and Osborne Hill, their scope is generally patching. It's not a complete roof replacement, so it doesn't put a tremendous strain on their resources. So again, it's just somebody that we're going to have to watch very, very closely. But we have worked with them on other projects, most recently, obviously, Holland Hill and Mill Hill and Fairfield. I don't know, Sal, if you want to add any other commentary there. Okay.
No more. No additional comments.
The only question I had, and maybe just to understand, the other bidder that normally bids high, but if they're normally bidding high, they like assuming they're not gonna get the bid then, or is it just like long
Sometimes.
shots on stuff they don't want? It just, you know what I'm saying? Like it seems odd to be, that sort of delta, and then they're just a high bidder.
It's hard to kind of pinpoint that, but often part of it is to maintain the relationship, because we do a lot of work with P&D, and depending on the project and the setting, they're obviously fully union contractor. When it comes to bidding in this climate where it's an open shop or non-union, they cannot be competitive. So there's that a little bit of an edge that they lose. And obviously maintaining the relationship with Gilbane, because of our outreach, we tell them, guys, we need you to bid this work. So they're kind of maintaining the relationship. Maybe it's a project they call it out of respect, say, okay, we'll bid you, but it's not a project we really want. So that's could be a reason why they bid a little bit hard to kind of, because it's a project, they really said, this is not in our wheelhouse, not something that we want to track, or, and chase. We're going to throw a number, really high to make sure we don't get it, basically. So, again, that could be a factor there. And if they land it, they're going to land it at the high number, then it'll be like a win-win situation. And we've had that happen sometimes. It's like you end up with one bidder, and you got the options. Either you go with him or you rebid it. But fortunately, like I said, Ferguson is a very known entity.
Okay.
And they have a huge depth in resources, Ferguson, that is. They're fairly substantial horsepower. So I'm not concerned as far as being able to make 3
Good.
projects.
Okay.
So unless
No,
there's any
thanks for
other
the background on
questions.
that.
Yeah,
No, that was it. No, it's good, and I'm happy if we're online, and we believe we've got a good pathway here. So, do we have anything else under the item 3 AC projects?
I apologize, I do have one more item. We do have the alternates that pertain to the vestibules as it relates to the AC projects. So I know there's a little bit of so we wanted, as we develop the GMP, we typically have a meeting with the client or the building committee as it relates to those alternates. Obviously, trending under budget, the assumption is most likely these alternates will be accepted, to be included into the GMP. So I know there's a couple of roofing alternates, and maybe Sal, you can weigh in on those because being the expert in this area. Do we want to include and accept these alternates, or do we want to put them on hold just for the roofing one and the rooftop replacement, Sal, alternates? I know we bid them as add alternates, and the same thing with wrapping the duct at the Osborne Library. Now, those obviously, I'm assuming we want to move forward and proceed with that work as part of the award.
Yeah. If we have the room, and we definitely did, we did it as an alternate to help with, give you something to control on the budget. The ductwork in the media center at Osborne, I'd greatly appreciate if that alternate was included. The other alternate that we had for the
Tim, can you bring up on the screen the alternates? Let's kind of go through them if you don't mind. Sorry to interrupt you. Let's just have them on the screen so the entire group, because maybe we can, if it's okay with you, David, to make a motion on those, which ones are going to be accepted, so that way we can incorporate them in the GMP. My apologies, we're going to steal the screen from you, Mark.
David, I would like to, before we make any moves on the alternate, I would like to see a breakdown and where we are. In other words, analysis.
Yeah, I would tend to agree on that. I don't think that slows us by not doing that today and getting getting our hands around this. I mean, this is all I don't think the committee's had a lot of time to sort of sit with some of this information. So that's I assume that's fine if this rolls by the week, or
so we're moving forward to assemble this. So just to give everybody an overview of what these alternates are, I'm sure you could see the screen. So the first one, as Sal indicated, is duct insulation at the Osborne Hill Elementary School. So that's an alternate, that's an add alternate. The media center rooftop unit replacement. And for the vestibules, there are 3 alternates for the vestibule, one for each school. So I just want to, again, this one has a little bit of a different twist. Our understanding is that the town will be potentially on a state contractor, lazy contractor, to kind of take the lead on that package post PCR review. And the alternates that we collected for pricing from the other subcontractors will be assigned there. So my recommendation on that one probably will be to hold those until this contractor is on board and we get through PCR. I'm just going to talk, but there's no action required by the building committee today, just kind of giving you an overview. Alternate
Okay.
number, so if you can slide up, Tim. So alternate number 6 is the teacher's lounge, again, another RTU, rooftop equipment replacement. So that's obviously it's an ad alternate as well. These are all ad alternates, by the way. So we'll assemble a spreadsheet, Mark. We'll send it to you to distribute to the building committee where it's going to have dollar amounts next to it. Kind of put the picture where the budget is at for those, so that way to make sure everybody is comfortable when the vote takes place, hopefully next Friday on those. The last 2 alternates, I think there was a roofing warranty alternates. That's was part of Silva Petroselli's.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry, Mark, I'm trying to get there. It's a 20-year warranty versus the 25. It's in the specifications.
And-
So
and
it's-
I can explain that. So on the state level, quality the quality of roofing, the technology that's gone into roofing over the past 20 years, we've seen a definite 20 to 25 years where, say 20 years ago, it was unusual to see a 20-year warranty. And in actuality, we were paying a premium because the state had a state law that said you had to have a 20-year, no dollar limit, edge-to-edge warranty on a roof. Now it's gotten such that it's relatively easy to specify a system that has a 25-year warranty. We've bumped up that much. It was 20 years ago, 15 years was the standard. 25-year now is rapidly becoming the standard on a good roof. The state being frugal, saying, you know what, there's some costs there, and we don't want to pay more than we have to. We say it's 20 years. You can do whatever you want. Don't waste our money. We're not going to reimburse you for excess warranty in excess of what the state statute is. So we always ask for, is there a deduct if we lower our request for warranty term? Sometimes there's a cost associated with it, a credit, and sometimes there's not. So, Fairfield Public Schools would like to have the 25-year warranty. That's the basis of design. That alternate for the 20-year, I don't even know what it is, but I can tell you it's not substantial. And we just need.
It's $3,600 for the.
Yeah, that is a drop in the bucket. I can spend on one leak. I can spend $3,000 repairing it, especially when the roof's older. So it's worth that money. And roughly 25% of it gets reimbursed to the town. So I wouldn't want to take that deduct alternate unless we're scraping for dollars, and it doesn't sound like we are.
Yeah. So that's kind of concludes the alternates. Yes, they're all ad alternates, except for this particular one is actually a deduct, which sounds like it could potentially be rejected and not accepted to take the deduct.
Rejected is such a harsh word.
Sorry, Rodney. Okay.
Rejected is such a harsh word.
I know, but that is kind of that's the kind of the category we put it in, or not accepted. I guess we could use the term. Anyway, so that's kind of an overview of the alternates, where we're going to land. So yes, we'll assemble the numbers, and Mark, you and I will discuss offline how to present. Maybe we'll just put them on hold until the building committee has an opportunity to vote on these individually. Okay. And then we can maybe incorporate them into the GMP in the final version of the GMP.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
When is
They
your
need to see the
GMP?
final numbers.
I'm sorry,
When is the GMP due?
At this point in time, we are targeting sending it to the building committee on the 20th or 21st That's our target right now. So potentially, and Mark, feel free to jump in. It's potentially obviously want to give you the time to review it and not kind of put you in a position where if we send it on the 21st and the 22nd, there's a building committee meeting, obviously that's too short of a duration. Maybe schedule a special meeting the week of the 25th. I don't know what everybody's schedule is like to give you the chance to at least have the opportunity to review it. What does have to go to Board of Finance or Board of Selectmen? I'm sorry.
Board of Selectmen.
Yeah.
Board of
What the
Selectmen,
agenda?
and that's their meeting is on the 1st of April. So we'll need to get it on the agenda by that Thursday before. I believe it's the 28th.
Which is the 28th. Yes. So my recommendation is probably a special meeting of this group the week of the 25th in advance of the 28th. That's something if you want to think through, and then we can plan accordingly. Okay. Thank you.
Next item up on the agenda, I believe it would be phase 2 through 5. Do you have that agenda back up, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anything else on phase 2 through 5?
No, we do not. Colliers is meeting we have a meeting this morning to review the phase 2 through 5 so we can get our proposal in. Joe Bain has been working on scope reviews and the bid opening, so they'll have a proposal after the GMP is submitted.
Okay. I do want to just with that tighter timeline and the concerns that we have, I do want to not, I know we had said that we wanted to get the proposals from each and then kind of as one package move forward. My hope would be that we don't go too much further down the line without having that done so we can move forward. So BL probably has the largest amount of work on the front end of that, and they were the ones that we put, I think, sort of a fair amount of pressure on and are going to be. So I just don't want to lose sight of that if we're going further out with giving the green light. So nobody has a perfect answer to what I'm saying there, but I think you get where I'm going with it.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. Approvals, proposals. I don't think we have anything to then approve officially, because I think we were taking that as a package. And there's nothing yet related to the bids or anything along those lines. So Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we actually have anything under A, but you can keep that as a standing item probably for now. E
We
would
don't have
be
anything under B
invoices.
either. Nope.
I was gonna
We
say
don't have
there's
anything
nothing
under
there.
B.
So we'll go with item number 6, new business. So item A, and then we'll lapse that into item B afterwards. So it should come as no surprise. I've given a number of heads up. I've tried to maneuver around the item while not formally required. We've decided on the administration side that I'm going to resign. I delayed that by 2 weeks or so to give the tightest window of not having a member on the committee, so being down to 2. So with us, out to bid and whatnot, I didn't feel it was a great time. And there's a Board of Selectmen meeting, I think next by the right date, the 13th will be next Wednesday, followed by committees and then an RTM right after. So it kind of gave you the best window. So today I'm going to submit my resignation as of noon, and I'm going to send that in after the meeting. And that's a wrap on that one. So I do thank everybody for my time on the committee, all the staff members and committee members and all the consultants and everybody. You guys have been great. And same for me, well, being my role as chairman. You guys have all certainly made life easy and smooth sailing. So I feel like the project is with the bid, out and now, not necessarily accepted, but where it's at, that we are in a great position finally for our phase one, and that work has set the the template for phases 2 through 5, and I do think that we're at a point where I would have liked to have handed off with everybody, officially teed up for phase 2 through 5. I think everybody is going to be in a position to be able to do that and get rolling very soon. I am going to request in my administration's capacity to have myself added onto the list, and I can't guarantee I'm going to be on all the meetings, but I'll either be on the meetings or sending somebody in my place for the most part. Moving forward, this is an administration priority for the first selectman, myself, and others. It is, I think anybody who listened to the state of the town has looked at our capital planning. This is one of the largest and larger endeavors that we're undertaking, and we want to see successfully and on as accelerated as possible in the schedule, capability wise and financially wise. Phases 2 through 5 be completed as well. This is a very, very important item for all of us, and so I will plan on staying very closely aligned and supporting as much as I can through my other capacity. So, but thank you. So, to that end, we should. Anybody else has anything to add on item A, and then we'll move to item B. And on that, I'll abstain on that, but we'll run that one through and let the committee do what they do.
Yeah, just as I had, we communicated this morning. Thank you for.
So, can't hear you.
As we communicated this morning, Dave, I just want to thank you for all your help with the project. It's been a pleasure, and I know that you'll be a guardian angel watching over us in your town position. So thank you on behalf of the school system and everybody involved.
Sales, thank you for your leadership, David. It's been phenomenal working with you, and look forward to continuing this great relationship. Thank you very much. We appreciate your leadership.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me reiterate that. Thanks, David, for all your guidance and help. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Rodney. So let's. I appreciate that, everybody, and back to everybody else. We'll go to item number B. So nominations and election of committee chairman. So currently I'm in the chair role, so we'll be stepping officially out as of noon, and we also then have Rodney in the vice chair slot, and we have Jeff in the secretary slot. So we do need to get nominations for the replacement. And I think we dual office hold was how we did it the last time if somebody
Right.
until the next person, and the next person in theory goes to the secretary. So my thoughts on this, and I think I had shared this with them. I know I had shared this with Jeff some, but that I assumed most likely he would want to take the chair, only in that Rodney, you didn't seem to show, and I give you credit for this much of affinity for you know, having to take the front role at the boards, which you'll have to do with updates in 2 through 5. But outside of that, obviously, from if interested, you know, I think you've got the most building committee and specific to this, you know, industry level experience. So it's for the two of you to ultimately sort, but you know, that's could go
Yeah,
either way. So
I have no issues with nominating us for chairmanship.
say that you broke up
Yeah.
there a little bit.
I'm sorry. I have no issues with nominating Jeff for the chairmanship.
Assumed you felt that way. So Jeff's got to then confirm he's still okay with taking that, and then do a vote.
Yeah, well, David, I guess I'll inject and say thank you for your leadership as well. It's all of my tenure so far has been short. It's been a wonderful experience working with you on it. And yeah, I guess that's I would accept the chairmanship, but there would be a Rodney. I'm going to have to lean on you, maybe more significantly than David had to. So we're going to have to be strong partners in that.
No issues. So I
So
formally
what-
nominate Jeff for the chairmanship of the HVAC IAQ chairmanship. Second,
I'll second the nomination. Sorry.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And I'll abstain.
No, welcome, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, you're the chairman. You can do the vote for the adjournment now.
First official act.
Very good. Can I have a motion for adjournment?
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll second.
Very good. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.